Hey guys, Ryan here. Today I'm going to be bringing you a video and a tank I have not featured on the channel, and that is the Tier 9 Soviet heavy tank, the Object 257. I'm in a platoon with Darth Bevo and his 1-4. We're top tier on Live Oaks, facing Tier 7s. And first thing I'll say as we get into this game is, usually I will go train tracks, but it's team destruction, so there's no base. They have 2 artillery, so if I go to train tracks, I'm probably going to get artied. And they have an M103, which is good gun depression, a Conqueror good gun depression, and there's also a Japanese Tier 9 medium tank platooned with the M103 that also has good gun depression. So I'm expecting all of them to go train tracks, so I'm not going to go there. So, this tank, I've only played about 19 games in it. But it is very much my kind of tank, because it's all about the armor. It's got quite an interesting armor layout on it that I'm going to try and explain as best I can. Its armor is good and bad at the same time. If you're facing a player who knows where to shoot you, you basically have no armor at all. The frontal hull's easily pennable by most equal tier tanks or tier 8 farm premium. The side armor is the interesting part. It has a top bar of 130mm thick, so if you go sideways on someone and they shoot that bar, they will pan you. However, there's then a thin bar just above the tracks of 30mm spaced armor, and behind that is 45mm of armor, shaped a bit like the hull of a boat, so very well angled, and that pretty much means if someone shoots you in the low side of your hull, they will auto-ricochet if they have a 135mm gun or lower. And that basically means, I think the lowest gun on that is 130mm, so all the 130s, 122s, and below will all auto-ricochet off the side of this thing. And that means all you have to be wary of is the 140mm guns that the Type 4 and Type 5 Heavy can use, can overmatch you, and then all the usual 150s, 152s, 155s, etc. So most TDs, and the 3 heavy tanks you have to look out for is the E100, the 705A, and the 60TP. They can all overmatch you as well. And the reason I bring up overmatching is, you're going to see in this game, I will over-angle my tank a lot when fighting an enemy who I know can't overmatch me, so I'll just pretty much go almost side on to them. Because if you angle the tank normally, your pike nose becomes weak, so you really have to over-angle it to where they shoot your side and not your hull. And you'll see it's going to work to great effect in this game. So anyway, ran into a 257 in town, we got rid of him. As expected, most of the enemies went train tracks, which is where I thought they'd go. But don't have to worry about the base, and now I'm going to start pushing towards their spawn, because I'm thinking if we can kill their artillery, that'll make the whole game so much easier for me. So you see, I'm going to start driving over here. I've also got the 2 light tanks on our team on this side of the map with me, so I'm hoping they'll be able to hunt down the artillery for me. And I actually spot the French one. He's got 440 health, I have 440 alpha, and I low roll for under 400 because there is no justice in this world. So now I had a chance to get rid of the artillery, and I've left him alive. And he's quite quick as well, so he's probably going to be able to run away. But our 2 light tanks are going after him. The M103's killed our T-29, he also killed our KV-3, and he's going on a bit of a warpath. And now I spot the Conqueror. I only track him, and what I'm quite surprised by is he didn't spot me back, and you'll see throughout this game that there are certain points where he probably should have spotted me, so I don't think he has a decent crew or even any equipment on his tank. Aiming for the Conqueror's lower plate, I don't even hit him, so I think I went under him. And you see, now I load the hate, because this tank doesn't have the accuracy to hit the Conqueror's lower plate at this distance, so I'm just going to try and shoot him anywhere with the hate, and as you'll see, it does work. And I just want you, throughout this replay, to keep an eye on how I angle my tank at people. 50 pieces bounced, I'm trying to spot the Conqueror again. But the eyes on the Conqueror. Conqueror's hull down at the moment, so I'm going to go for the top tier medium tank instead. That is a huge waste of a heat shell. That thing has practically no armor, the Japanese medium, but top tier medium tanks are super dangerous. You're going to want to kill them as quick as possible. And thankfully, I do get the kill on him. See him staying angled as I go out for the 50 TP. Also a tank that, at this distance, I would really struggle to hit his lower plate reliably. Now I've seen the M103 over there, so there's the 50 TP, but more importantly, I take a blind shot at him. And you'll notice in a lot of my videos I do take a lot of blind shots. because why not? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, so just throwing a shot out there is not too big a deal. You see, I'm trying to focus my efforts on the Conqueror and the M103, so I'm trying to get rid of the top tier heavy tanks first, because they're the biggest threat. Now, as I get ready for the second shot here, the Conqueror's actually going to get properly hull down, so now there's nothing I can do. So now I've decided I'm going to ignore the IS, and I want to make my way over to the 50 TP and the M103. So I stay still just to get the shot in. And now that I realise I'm not fighting the Conqueror anymore, and I'm going to get in close distance to the M103 and whatnot, what you're going to see is I try to get one last spot on the Conqueror just for the team. And now, this is the moment where I decide I'm going to go deal with the M103 instead. Because I can deal with him at close range, and because I'm going to be at close range, I love the APCR. The other issue of this game is I've been trying my best to not get spotted, because I could use my armor effectively if there wasn't artillery, because obviously I'm terrified that they'll shoot me. And speaking of being terrified of them shooting me, you're going to see in the left-hand side of the screen here that, unfortunately for Darth, yeah, the M5355 has just got him. So now, their M103 has been wrecking my team. I've kept note of him and seen him doing it, so I push all the way over because I need to get rid of him. I bounce off his lower plate, and now you see I just angle my tank to... If you were in any other tier 9 heavy tank, this would pretty much be an easy pen for the M103. You see, both his shots just track me and do 0 damage. Because he shot low, that meant he hit the 45mm of armor instead of the 130mm. The Conqueror shot at me while I was tracked, facing him, so now I'm going to angle up again as I drive. And you see, constantly just angled. However, unfortunately, the T25AT tracks me pretty much facing the Conqueror, giving the Conqueror an easy pen in me. So you see how, what I mean when I say that this thing's armor is terrible when you're just frontal on the people and they know where to shoot, but if you go sideways on, you're good. Now, the two artillery have been spotted, so I know the general direction of where they both are, so I'm going to use this house here to hide me from both of them, because I know the general direction of the artillery, so I can stay here. Now, the IS is still in that really weird position, I don't know why he's there. I hit his tracks, but because of the angle I'm at, you're going to see that the IS is not going to be able to pen me. So, if a 257 is facing you and you're fighting against one, and he goes sideways onto you, just aim for the top half of his side armor. It's 130mm thick. If he's completely flat on, you'll be able to pen it in most tanks that you'll be in when facing it. Just don't aim too low on it, and also don't try to track this thing and do damage, because it's impossible to do unless you have a 140mm gun or higher in caliber. So, got rid of T25 thing. I load back the APCR because it's just 2 light tanks and the artillery. And now, I'm not feeling safe here because I'm worried the artillery's going to relocate, so I'm going to make the push in a moment. What you're going to see is, I'm trying not to get spotted, but I see that the light tank is actually firing. So I decide I'm going to move. Spot the M53. And just like earlier when I shot the bat shot, there is no justice in this world because his tracks absorb my shot. So I'm not getting too much luck with his artillery. I don't need to worry about the light tank too much, really at all. So I'm just weaving left and right to try and avoid the artillery. And at the last moment, I'm going to turn for the light tank, but also because I want to get behind those buildings to the left. And what you'll see is about this thing's side armor not being too good is, you'll see that the light tank actually does manage to pen me in the side armor with one of these shots. So I kill him, and you'll see straight away I look forward because I'm expecting the French artillery because of how fast he is to come for me, and lo and behold, on the mini-map, right now, here he is. You'll see French artillery drivers doing this a lot. Because of the speed they have, they'll quite often, they'll see you kill someone on their team and they'll just come racing out to try and get you, so you've got to be wary of them. And now I load a high explosive shell here because I know the American artillery's on low health, and I don't want to have an APCR shell loaded just in case his tracks absorb my shot again, and then he shotguns me in the face. So, just to be safe, I've got the high explosive loaded, so I should be able to kill him as long as I hit him anywhere, really. Now, me and this heavy tank on our team are going in. I think it's a Churchill? No, it's not a Churchill, it's a tier 7 tank, at the very least. I missed the shot. He misses the shot on our heavy tank. I think this is for absorbing my shot earlier. I just go for the ram kill. And now I'm going to save you all the trouble of watching the rest of this game, because for the next 5 minutes 20 seconds their light tank just runs around the map. He gets our medium tank and he gets our artillery in the last 10 seconds, but like, it's just 5 minutes of us chasing him around the map, and I'm not going to make you watch that. So I think he drives like 11 kilometers or something, so I'll just skip straight to the end plates here for you, and we'll see how I did. So you see at the end, it's just me and the heavy tank left. The light tank still alive after 5 minutes, so fair play to him I suppose. For staying alive for so long, but it was quite boring, not gonna lie, just driving around. 25,000 profit. I got a high caliber for 5,916 damage, 1,300 assistance, the steel wall for 4,500 damage blocked, top gun for 6 kills, just Biscucci for the 2 artillery kills, I'm always grateful for. I got like 2,000 base XP, so a nice easy ace on this one. But yeah, I don't get too many Biscucci's medals, and I always love when I do get them. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.